was doing a countdown, but the ow came out right when we went on. Evening,
Perfect.
guys and dolls, and welcome to another smooth, silvery chapter of Gray in the Dark. Long Lost Noir, that's still on there every 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, I could remove that, but realistically, I won't. That would require work. My name's Philip, and I'm the Noir Master of this here hard-boiled tale. And surrounding me are my wonderful players. It's so nice to have you all here, players.
Thank you.
I wish that I had more time to sort of, talk to all of you and hear, like, who got Game Boy Advance and what year, how many times people have played through the Resident Evil 4 remake. I know, but I could have asked, but there's no time. Because we're here for one reason and one reason only. Okay, well, actually, we're here for a few reasons, but one of those reasons is to tell the next exciting stage of this story. We've had some players out for some weeks. We do have Ka is not here tonight, which is perfectly convenient for my ends. So I'm going to sort of do a recap of what the past 2 weeks held. The last time we were all together, the group basically...
So 4 weeks.
Yeah, 2 sessions. Yes, exactly. It's been like over a month. The last time the group was all together, you had finished your musical journey, having avoided an archfey who was the size of a mountain. And you reached a farming village called Daffodil Hill, where you were met by a hopping country squire, a sort of like rabbit gentleman dressed very finely, who, based on he assumed you were sent by the Count. But when you explained what it is you were doing, to whatever degree you were honest about it, he assumed that you were on the same side as him and said it was time for the harvest to begin. That's where we left off. Our next chapter, in which Duchess was uncharacteristically quiet. You all had breakfast with him there in Daffodil Hill. He told you a little bit more about your destination, Laetitia, which is a castle that has some Castellans currently in charge of it. He also, Paulette left, and I think we did make some comments on Duchess's behalf about there was a silencer got screwed onto a banana which was thrown and someone tripped on it, and there was some, whether or not those were cannon, we're not sure. It's not a cannon, it was just a gun. The point is, but Paulette did take her leave of you, having got you to this point and being like, okay, well, there we go. I'm somewhere interesting. I'm in a fancy part of the Fairylands now. I'm away from those stupid places I was, and away from that plumber. You also began to wonder, though, as he was talking about this Count who seems to indicate that whatever harvest he was doing on behalf of the Count, the Squire, rather, whatever harvest he was doing on behalf of the Count, seems to have been something that required there to be no color, which we also took some liberties and assumed meant Duchess's teeth started grinding louder than Marge in that episode of The Simpsons with Lurleen Lumpkin, where they hear it on the track. Colonel Homer, anyone? You guys are young. As we sort of carried on with kind of talking to him, you managed to convince him to step away from you for a beat. You wondered if you could play his interests off of those of Angry Daisy and Crypt Willow, since they want all this shadow nonsense. You hopped with him to his house so he could get his car, so he could take you to Laetitia. You had to hop, and it was a long time. So basically, you had breakfast, then hopped a long time, had lunch. Lunch was upsetting, because this house had all these portraits with elves who had rabbit faces painted on top of them. So in other words, it became very clear that this guy took over a house, especially when you guys took opportunities thanks to a distraction from Dominic asking him to show off his fancy car, because Dominic, he likes cars. Luminus went downstairs and discovered a bunch of elf bodies down below. And they were like, something was going on to prevent these bodies from being touched by the sort of greenery. They were like vines were being trimmed around them down to the cellar. Meanwhile, Sha'Nehl went off and did a pretty successful sort of discovery of important information about what this person's vibe is, who clearly murdered a family and took over this house, this mad hopping country squire. I think the main things were that the Count is a gremlin whose name is Count Hars de Buelda, which I don't think you guys technically know was sort of anglicized into Count Hardboiled, even though that's not at all what it means. And he seems to be interested in something called the world's new model. That was determined in the house. But at this point, you guys were like, well, I guess we gotta go. You went out, you strapped into his car, and you prepared to go on one wild ride. At which point, Luminus joined Duchess in being really quiet. So yes, 2 weeks ago in our last session, the hopping ride, guess what, was incredibly dangerous and perilous, and because he kept hopping higher and higher, eventually hopping no longer on the ground, but off of the very clouds. He was hopping on a cloud and hopping on a cloud. It was kind of all that Sha'Nehl, with her newfound suspender strength, and Scrakk, and also, straight out the gate, Leo failed something and his head popped off. So it was
which head which
which face was prominent at that point. I think you were.
I don't remember.
I think you were Leona.
I think it was Leo.
I think it was Leon.
That's funny.
Oh, it was Leon? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So basically, there was a head bouncing around. So like we kind of just said that Luminus was just on like trying to like put like a hand on the head and the mannequin body under the thing. The point is the bouncing was intense. It got very high, and that's when things got upsetting, because once the tires turned to vapor, so they would like bounce off the car rather. So that he was going higher and higher, and it seemed like once you got high enough that the strange white sun above, which is a thing that happens in the fairylands, it was often known in olden times that like the sun would almost have like a pleasant face, but this face was like bone white with these like oddly sunken eyes and like this gaping mouth that sort of drove people mad. At which point, both Sha'Nehl and the hopping country squire failed a roll to resist wanting to go into the sun. And as luck would have it, with Sha'Nehl's new suspenders of giant strength, she can jump really high. So with basically Dominic spending all his clue points, he managed to I probably pulled her back down by the suspenders, but the hopping country squire then leapt up into the air, at which point you guys were in a car that hops, thousands of feet in the air. So what proceeded was a very frantic attempt to keep everyone in it, to land. Fortunately, between the expertise that both Scrakk and Sha'Nehl had, for also operating motor vehicles and understanding the arcane, Dominic's good piloting of the vehicle, Duchess just kind of like talking to herself the whole time, Luminus holding Leo's head and body up so he could cast Featherfall on all of you, so he could see you to cast Featherfall on all of you in case the worst happened. You were able to land, albeit somewhat, and the car caught on fire when the guy got to the sun. There was like a burst. Anyway, so the point is, it was intense. Smoking husk, kind of, but it could still drive and hop if necessary. The group then took a rest so Leo could put his head on straight. You found the castle of Lytesia in the distance. There was also a little village below. He didn't see anybody on the walls, but did see people at the doors. This is information that we'll play on because we haven't gotten to it yet. You also checked out the trunk, and you found among various rags there was a severed elf hand. So that was upsetting. Dream elf hand. Sha'Nehl filled everyone in on all that stuff about the gremlins, Count Hars de Buelda, about the world's new model. Scrakk and Sha'Nehl then felt that there have been people making philosophical proposals of the world order doesn't work. We need a new model for how the world can function for a while. But Scrakk had a fun little brainwave of, is this similar to that agitator Beth and Afa? Some of the stuff he was saying, does any of that fit in? And there weren't direct correlations, but it all felt sort of a thing. So there was some question as to whether or not some shadow elves and some gremlins wanted to make a new model for the world, and that model involved desaturation. So once again, Duchess's list gets longer. Or at least might get longer based on investigations. Or maybe she'll just kill anyone with where it's been, rumored. Who knows? So, with that, Dominic said, "Cool. Let's get back in this car and hop to the village because this thing's fun." And Sha'Nehl, Scrakk, and Leo said, "No, thank you." And Duchess and Luminus, on your behalf, you both said, "No, thank you, boss." So the because and that was smart because he hopped to the village and he did break the car. The car, like a wheel bent off weird, at which point sort of he found fairies, satyrs, and shimmer elves, the dream elves, who were wearing sort of some more old-fashioned kind of clothing. They didn't seem to get the brief that this game is sort of supposed to be like a mid-century, like 1950 era kind of thing. They're all dressed in like old-timey clothes. So maybe they're Renaissance fair people. So, in other words, they're insufferable. He was then... What?
It was just funny.
Too much? Is that too many teeth, Bear? I should back off of that? Okay. In any case, when he went in, he found that these people were sort of surprised that he was coming to see the Castellans, because nobody really ventures this far from the major courts of the Fairylands. An older shimmer elf offered him some honey cakes and daffodil tea. He took, because he really trusted her. He grew drowsy. We kind of cut away from him at that point. The others arrived after walking for a half an hour or so. Dominic was just drinking tea and asking, "Hey, what took you so long?" And the Shimmer Elves told you, "Well, we have sent word to the castle saying that you'd like to speak to the Castellans. So, you may wait here in the village, and that is where we are resuming our story."
So the squire just burned into the sun?
Yes, the squire leapt into the sun and seemed to burn at a fireball that caught the car on fire. That's what happened.
Okay.
It was a wild ride. He was basically showing off, and he hopped a little close to the sun. Then he hopped into the sun.
So he missed your toad, and now he's in hell.
He went to.
Now he's in hell.
He went to no place in particular. So.
Went to his constituent atoms, one might say, if atoms were a thing in this world.
I'm just saying, when I ride that Disney ride, you go some places.
You do. You super do go to hell. And Mr. Toad's on the ride.
Got in trouble as a kid for saying that we went to hell on the ride. And was very angry because we did, and I don't know why I got in trouble for telling the truth.
Because you went. You can't say that word because it's a swear.
Well, they shouldn't have put it in the ride.
No, but they didn't put the word hell in the ride.
Is this a new Disney ride?
Maybe
that I'm
it's
not aware
heck. You went
No,
to
it's
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, you go to hell.
It's in Fantasyland?
See, now you said it too.
No, but I'm saying
it's like next to Peter Pan. Like,
I don't think I've been on it.
No.
it's been there for a long.
Oh, that's like the classic.
That's an old ride. Yeah.
I don't think I've been on it.
It gets
You
hot.
go to
It's
Fantasyland?
hot in there. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Disney World or Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Disneyland, like the Fantasyland part of Disneyland.
Oh.
Storybook
With, like,
area.
teacups.
It's right inside a Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Mhm.
I don't even know if Mr. Toad is still at. Mr. Toad may not be at Disney World anymore. They do. I'm gonna just say a California snobbish thing. Disney World. I don't care. It's kind of lame.
No, listen. Disney World is fantastic. Don't you?
It's kind of.
Yeah, but they're not the OG.
It's like so spread out, and you have to go to Florida.
The Florida part is not great, but
It's
the
like-
rest of
it's
it
like-
is fantastic.
Florida is
Disneyland.
definitely the worst part of Disney.
Disneyland
that
is
is the
like
worst
they
part.
took. Oh look, Sophia says they took him out of Walt Disney World, and you're here saying that it's great.
If I can't go to hell at a Disney
If you haven't been to
location,
Epcot,
real.
Epcot, you can't tell me Disneyland's not
I've
great.
been to Epcot.
I can do a lot of things.
I've been to
including
Epcot twice.
Fantastic.
Epcot is really cool.
Is Epcot interesting? It is. But is Disneyland as a distinct thing better than anything at Disney World? Yes, it is.
Listen, if I compare Disneyland solely to Magic Kingdom, then yes, Disneyland is superior to Magic Kingdom at Disney World.
Yeah.
But is Disney World better as a whole? Yes.
No, it's too much. You can't. It's overwhelming. It's what Disneyland does is distills it all.
It's magic, Philip. It's magic. Do you need about 2 weeks to experience the magic? Yes.
Well,
Do you
that's-
get 2 weeks to
Oh,
experience
God,
the magic?
2 weeks.
Almost never.
Hard
Is it still magic?
fucking
Yes.
pass, bro.
That's
Are
bad.
you kidding me?
Yeah,
Holy
Disneyland. I mean,
shit.
it doesn't work this way anymore. But like, okay, now Sophia just said something that I strongly disagree with. Because that's hard. That's a hard thing for me to have just read. The California Adventure is better than Disneyland. That is tough. That's a tough look, Sophia.
I don't know who Sophia is, but she's wrong.
California Adventure is very fun, but if I am ever given a single park ticket, it is Disneyland every time.
Listen, Pirates of the Caribbean
yeah.
by itself, aside from the entire rest of Disneyland, is better than any other.
My
Pirates?
you won't be able to really tell this, but like the background of my phone is the Haunted Mansion wallpaper. It is also the background of, oh my god, I can actually do this. Hold on, watch this. It's also the background literally of my computer screen. You see that on Twitch? Yeah, ha. Okay, position, line up the corners, it's okay. And it's my iPad too, but at that point it's not surprising. The point is, Cars Land is very nice. I understand there's fewer crowds. You're saying some things that like, but nothing. Okay, Cars Land can be your favorite fight. It's cool. But like, the Storybook Land canals. Are you kidding me? It's genuinely magical. The Matterhorn. What
Star
could matter
Tours,
more?
man.
All right, let's just move on from this before everyone says stuff they can't take back.
I think I already have.
Even Space Mountain, man.
I love space.
I love Tomorrowland.
Space.
You're right.
Mountain.
Space Mountain is the best,
I love
especially.
I'm with Vanda on this one.
And you know what? I
don't
can't even
care.
lie. The new Star Wars Space Mountain is better than the old Space Mountain. It's just true.
Damn.
Here, the thing is, takes are incoming, and okay.
I really offended.
Literally,
JJ
no
right
one
there.
asked your opinion. Like,
I really
let's play the goddamn game.
That is also that's
Holy shit.
It's a hard take. It's a hard take. I understand that.
Yep.
that's a hard one to come back from as
What
well.
that just said.
Well, he's even said the Guardians of the
I miss
Galaxy
the
ride is
people
better
who
than
were-
the Tower of Terror.
That could be true. It's over there
Is
in
it?
that park where they allow alcohol, which honestly I wish they didn't allow it anywhere in any of these parks, because what America needs, just like in the 1920s and also I think in the 1860s or 1850s, is temperance. Remember, guys?
Hey,
Remember the
we're in the
temperance
20s
movement
again, why
from
not
the
bring it all
history
back?
class? Let's play this game because I think everyone's getting a little punchy now. So.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, that's fair. You and Vanda are like, we don't care. We don't have a dog in the fight. Also, you know what else is fun? Dog fighting. Okay, so, here in this village, Lytesia Village, this is a much more, like... The vibe for this is when, like, in a World War II movie, like, the people are somewhere in Europe and they're in, like a medieval-looking town square, but they're all wearing, you know, more modern-day clothes. The people around you, they look kind of old-fashioned-y, but that's sort of the vibe here. And there do appear to be, just with the preposterous perceptions held by this group, there are a few, like... mechanical things in this place. They have some mechanisms
Sorry,
from the
really
real
quick.
world that are brought here. Yes.
Are we still level 6?
Yes. I don't.
Yeah.
You haven't
Okay.
leveled
Yes.
up in the
Yes.
past. Yeah. So, you're sort of here. There's like a little like fountain, kind of like a wishing well fountain. You do notice there is actually more. I mean, it's obviously completely desaturated, but they do seem to have a bit more like greener, or kind of what would be greenery, vegetation, I guess would be the not monochromatic term. There is more traditional vegetation of a non-fungal nature. Even some flowers and things like this have grown here, so you would suspect that is due to a higher degree of like wild fairy magic. There also, bear in mind, are many mushrooms and little fun toadstools growing out of stuff, but the space feels a little more like, oh yeah, that's kind of how things should look. Dom finishes drinking his tea, sort of just like sort of stretches, and I think you guys did at the very end of the thing like point out how he like turned the wheel. When you passed the car, you saw that it was like the wheel was dented. I think he was like, I don't care about that. But I will say that Sha'Nehl and Luminus, who I think have the highest perceptions in this group.
Yes.
If anybody else is, they're like up in the 18 range. If anybody else is up there, you would overhear this as well. But basically, Sha'Nehl and Luminus, you two hear that there is a satyr sort of like coming back to the group and speaking to some of the shimmer elves in town, sort of saying to them like, there's a hand in the back of their car.
Are they speaking it in common?
Well, they're speaking it in they're speaking, you all speak Elvish. Yeah. So they're, there's a hand in the trunk. There's a hand in the trunk. That's a little odd. And they say, hey, there's many reasons the hand could be in their trunk. We're not even. I think the big fella said it wasn't even their car. Oh well, that even so, that's a bit strange. I wonder whose it was. Maybe we should. They're sort of. You overhear them like saying kind of. There's a little chatter about that. Dominic's kind of just wishing he could punch stuff. Does anybody want to do anything in this moment, or are you guys content to wait a bit? They also do offer you some like they'll bring out kind of some just like bread and butter, kind of just like simple food, and some water. Although it seems like a lady's like, do you want some water? And if you do, she's just like putting like a pitcher into the fountain there and sort of pulling that out, and kind of just, I guess they just drink from this fountain here. So you guys can have some refreshments if you want. Does anybody want to do anything in this time?
Have we really talked to them at all yet, or we just showed up?
Yes, you showed up and sort of they said, like, your guy got here ahead. We're surprised you want to see these Castellans, but we have sent word, so you can wait here until they send word if they will receive you. I guess I should also mention, just because this was, I guess, probably 2 weeks back, although you talked about it a little last week, or 2 weeks ago, 2 sessions, you guys know what I'm saying. I think you all did take some words from the Hopping Country Squire before he leapt into the thing, that you probably don't want to tell the Castellans that your plan is to create a conduit of dark energy. Like Angry Daisy Crypt Willow is likely going to be taking over this castle if your deal goes through. So that's sort of the vibe.
Okay.
I'll just ask the boss if there's anything in particular he wants.
I don't really care. This mission seems weird. This isn't even the mission I care about. We're just trying to lay low.
I don't really.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Luminus.
I was just gonna ask for their best ice cream, even though it won't be the best.
They say, one of them says, ice cream. I'm not sure. I don't. We can bring you cream, and perhaps down in one of the cellars there'd be a wee bit of ice, but I'm not sure if there's any iced cream here.
You're right, boss. I don't like this place.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. This place is dumb. Whatever.
Scrack's not much into socializing, but is there how far is the castle from us, from where we are right now?
It's like, it's like this village, and then like there's a hill, and the castle's on the hill, so it's not distance-wise, it's not that far, but there will be like a walk, kind of like a switchback trail up a hill, and it seems to be like like steps, so it's
Is is there anything I can do, like, from this distance or where we are to... I kind of want to get, like, a feel of the magical layout in the area, especially if we're going to be doing some magical nonsense.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and do an Arcana check. That'll kind of just give you yeah, that's fine. It's you don't think you're gonna get, this is one where you really probably shouldn't even roll, because unless you roll a 1 on both of those, you are unlikely to be. You're probably gonna get the baseline. What is your minimum on an Arcana if you roll 1 on both of those dice?
If I rolled 1 on both,
on
I
your
would still
D20
have
and your D4.
I would have an 11.
Okay, no, yeah, roll. Then you could. Then it could happen.
Okay.
Hey, it could happen. McWorld! 90s. Good
I
days.
can't see up close anymore. Let's see. Okay. So that is going to be 13 plus 2, 15 plus, I think, 9. So 24.
So 24. That's just like a... Yeah. You definitely can feel there is a, you definitely have a sense, especially since you're in the fairylands, that this would be some sort of like magical confluence point. The fact that there's this kind of very majestic sort of like fantasy fairy tale hill. The castle upon it has that like Neuschwanstein, what's it called? Does anyone even know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Oh, Neuschwanstein. Kind of, it's like the Beauty and the Beast castle, like a beautiful castle, sort of like nestled on a hill amidst trees and stuff. It's the, yeah, that's kind of the vibe of this thing. Although it's a very of a clearly sort of fey design castle.
Scrakk was a little distracted when the initial conversation with the hag was had. Is there any? Do I have any idea?
He wasn't there.
What?
You were playing.
He's literally distracted playing a video game.
That's true. Do I have any idea what, not like the overall goal, but like what she would need to do to take over this place, or what kind of magic is required?
You do not
Okay.
know these specifics. You since you weren't present, I'm sure your best guess is probably better than the people who were literally in the room. But it seems like she has a conduit there in the place she calls Crypt Willow Grove. She has a conduit of dark energy that is siphoned from that place, presumably all the way from the Shadow World somehow. And it is the resting point of some old archfey, according to the story. Okay. And it's in fact those archfeys, like bones, because they're clutching some tomes that Tashia wants. That's the whole reason you're doing this. So it would be about you guys drawing the energy from Anabyth in the Shadow World straight to here, so that Angry Daisy Crypt Willow could set up a new shop in this area. That's the idea.
Okay.
So if you guys are sort of just content to wait,
Duchess is waiting, but she's brushing her coat, but she's just kind of like keeping an eye on the people that are around and trying to like listen and see if she sees anything.
There's this one there's an elf who sort of he's kind of watching you brush your coat, and he'll sort of say, "Are you drawing?"
I'm a kind of drawing.
Hey, well that's pretty incredible, Nira. I heard they said that there were some walking drawings in the material plane, but that's
I do a lot more than walk, really.
I can tell you're brushing and you're also talking.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do they not have ink here?
Wait, this thing talks
Naturally.
too. I thought you were statues.
Well, I am actually
Hey.
a statue of swords. I suppose you could call me that.
I am
Technically,
just
I am a sort of
statuettes.
statue.
Oh, half the people here, they're not even people. They're other things.
Well, I take advantage of that, actually.
Well, you really shouldn't. He's accurate.
It's fair.
Hey,
It's rude to, like, out and say. You don't just say it.
So does all your artwork sort of walk around up there in the material plane?
Not all, no, just
Fair bit of it, but no, not all of it.
I like to draw things sometimes. You want to see one of my drawings?
Yeah.
Sure.
He
Why not?
reaches into his pocket and he sort of pulls up this like scrap of paper, and it's like a very like crude drawing of just like a dog or a cat. It's something biting someone's arm off, and there's kind of like a figure next to it going ah, and it's got its arm.
Oh my god, we're surrounded by idiots.
Like that one?
Well,
Could
honestly,
Great.
So
your
if
grasp of anatomy
Egg.
is remarkable.
oh, what's in anatomy? Is that something else from the
Don't
material
worry
plane?
about it.
Excuse
The
me, sir.
statue word.
And Scrakk is
It is a
talking real
statue,
slow.
Yeah.
Is there?
Wait, that's a
anyone-
rat.
Yes. Is there
Very
anyone in this village that
Oh, rats
has
must talk very slow.
education, have like a doctor or?
Oh, wait, do you need some
a
doctoring done?
scholar?
I can pull teeth. I'm a barber.
Oh god, no, that's okay. Please stay away from my teeth. They grow on
Ah, you
their own.
got big ones too, right there in the front.
Goodness, I have so many
Is there a
questions.
library?
Library. Oh, there's and one of them says, "Oh, we do have a library if you're wanting to be waiting in that." But at this point, you actually see there's like somebody coming down the hill, sort of like from up at the castle.
Never mind.
Do you want to? Oh no! And she kind of like gestures this guy over. There's a man. Rats talk slow. I wonder if it's because they got littler brains than us. That might be.
That's
you know,
exactly why.
walk
Yes.
around. Right. But sort of one of these
Or a dirty looking Duchess.
will do. Yes, it is. Man, I'm rolling nothing but shadow elves here. Another shadow elf kind of comes up to you guys and says, "The Castellan said they'll see you. If you really want to go up there and talk to him, they said you're more than welcome. They're intrigued by your presence.
Who are the Castellans exactly?
The Castellans are in charge of the castle. Oh, I see. And the guy says,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
they're the rats are a bit slow in the head. You got to talk slower. Forgive me. So it's the word castle and
Okay,
castellan.
we're going.
They're
Thank you. Thank you.
Right then.
I
I
know
don't
this
need
is
to
a good
be
lesson for him.
lectured by. No, my god.
Hey. So you guys sort of head up.
It's always a good day to learn something new, Scrakk.
Yes, but there has to be new information to learn.
Yes, that. Maybe you are a little bit slow. I didn't realize that.
Okay, let's just continue on. I think this village is having an effect on me.
Dominic's like, yeah, we need to. We do need to continue on. Come on, everybody.
That or I might have several mild concussions from the ride we were just on.
Hey, I did a
Those
good
are
job.
both very
I landed us, didn't I?
Who was with Duchess when we talked to Crypt Willow about getting this place?
Everyone except
believe-
the three of us. The mannequins.
Yeah, I believe it was none of the people who knew Tasha. I think it was you, Luminus, and Dom.
Cool.
Yeah, the ones who couldn't give a flying fuck about it. Except for the tremendous fuck Duchess decided to give upon learning that. Oh, the color back, you say? Never mind. Top priority. Top priority, Dom. What did I do? Okay, so
Give me a list of your plan, please.
if you guys start heading up to the castle, Sha'Nehl, I'll tell you what. Give me a survival. You guys, this is not really like wilderness, but it is sort of it's like a bit of a path.
No.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 2.
A 2. Okay.
Yeah.
That
that's
still
correct.
gets you like pretty high, right?
No, you're thinking of the dragon.
No, but you're an explorer, right? You get a bonus to survival.
Yeah, +5.
Yeah. This was
So
not
that's
this was not a thing we were going to lead them off. Of course, I was going to let this go faster through your expert guidance, but instead, you guys are huffing and puffing your way up these stairs.
Can Duchess be reading like a script of this movie, right? But she's going backwards. What exactly is she doing here? Like, this is what is she meant to do? here.
Okay, understood. I totally get that the like sometimes when we take such long breaks, the forest through the trees.
No, I don't think I ever knew. I just heard this going to this place is gonna get color back, and I left, and I didn't really get the.
Right. Well, I was describing this as well earlier, but so your mission is you guys want to secure Anobythe, which is in the Shadow World and is the inverse of this Castle Lytesia. If you can secure Anobythe and all the dark power within for Angry Daisy Cryptwillow, she will leave her current location and come here. And then Tashia gets those books. Remember how she said there are books buried from the dead Archfey? She gets those, and then she said they might have clues about what happened with the color.
And then we get color back, yes. But
I really need to, and you're doing a great job of being Duchess, but I just am just for the viewers at home. That was never said. Continue.
How do we secure Anobythe? Like, do we have an item that makes it?
We have.
What are we doing here?
We don't know
Well, what you do have that is tremendously helpful to the point of it, like taking away one of the big surprises, is what you do have of Anobythe is the entire goddamn map. Sha'Nehl has a book that is the full history of Anobythe that she bought from the Shadow Elf bookstore. So,
for 100 gold.
Once you guys, which Dominic still can't believe you did, once you guys get to Anobythe through a crossing here that you strongly suspect can find one, there will be a crossing. You strongly suspect there'll be one. Upon doing so, you will go to Anobythe and sort of like try to just, it's a pretty, this is, in spite of the weirdness, it's a pretty standard D&D thing. You're going to go in a dungeon, clear it out, so that somebody else can take it.
Got it. All right.
My question is Anobythe very large? Like, it's a whole city, isn't it? Like,
it is a castle.
It's a castle.
Oh, it's just
the
castle.
inverse of the castle we're
yes,
at.
and and based on, like, Scrakk would have told you guys this, you strongly suspect that in the Shadow World there's a similarly laid out, very scary castle, or not, but not scary. Sorry, Duchess, not you know what I mean? Like a Dracula castle, but not like haunted. Like haunted by bad feelings, not.
It's very Shadowfell.
Made out of candy.
Not Shadowfell, not Domain of Dread.
It's Count Chocula's castle.
Oh. 10 out of 10.
Shit.
It is Count Chocula's castle. It is a Saturday morning cartoon haunted castle, but not haunted. Still not saying that.
Sounds wonderful.
So we're looking for a crossing.
Yeah.
It's
Can
tasty.
Can I figure out anything about where the crossing may be based on my magical settings? Like, probably in this castle, but could it be anywhere else nearby?
You suspect it is in the castle, but actually at this point, I think the person to maybe make a quick roll, I think using investigation, would be someone named Sha'Nehl, who has spent the most time reading the book about Anobythe.
Okay, let's hope
Who would
this
have
one
the
is
most
better.
information?
Oh, much better, 25.
With a 25, as you start talking about this, Sha'Nehl, and you can even be pulling out your Tome of Anobythe and sort of looking, and though you don't speak the Shadow Elf language yet, you guys have done a lot of stuff, but you remember enough just looking at like the diagrams and things. In the dungeons of Anobythe, there is a sort of like tunnel that you think, upon him talking about crossings and recollection, where you'll come out in Anobythe, and you assume it will also be like kind of down in the dungeons of Lytesia.
I think we should decide on a strategy, what we tell to these Castilians. Oh, and do not let Dominic talk. He keeps telling the truth. That is a bad idea.
It's just
Somebody
easier to do
put
that.
that line.
I'm in charge
Dum,
here.
dum, dum.
I mean, I'm in charge of. I mean, I pay them at least.
I'm good at lying by not talking.
Yeah.
Let you know.
I'll say whatever I
I'm
want.
actually just really
Maybe
good at
one
lying.
of the Leos could lie, and Duchess is pretty good.
I mean, I'm more than pretty good. I'm an excellent liar.
Oh. And Sha'Nehl has a question to Leo.
Well, I don't think Leopold could keep a secret to save his life, but I could probably do it.
Thank you. That
Well,
is
actually,
a good idea.
he kept multiple military secrets, but anything other than that, for some reason, he has trouble with.
He is a
Selective
little
memory.
bit soft in the head.
I think it's in the dungeons. Maybe we should try and get in the dungeons.
Let's say that we are the dungeon inspectors.
Can I try and hide my Conrad's contraption somewhere? Like on me?
You have enough folds of stuff. Your clothes all fit so loose that does not even require a roll. That's pretty doable, I would think. All right. So this is just this is not a huge thing. There's no huge threat. Just could you guys please give me Constitution saving throws? But I want to stress you're not saving against anything. This is more just like this is not going to impose exhaustion. This is more just low rolls will result in this taking you even longer up the hill.
22.
22. Duchess.
5.
The cold
22?
white light of the sun is beating down on you. You're fine. Dominic sort of bouncing. Luminus, what did you have?
16.
Still, Luminus is doing okay. Leo?
22.
22. Great. Sha'Nehl?
15.
Okay, so basically, because Scrakk weighs goddamn nothing, he can easily just be carried, and there is no penalty for speed in making your way up this hill.
Especially since I'm very strong.
Yeah, we're well aware.
Dude, you weigh less than him too.
I think you might not have been here last week when I was doing the math on it. Duchess, Leo, Sha'Nehl, and Scrakk weigh as much as Dominic combined.
Dominic combined.
Or, they
what about
combined.
mannequins?
Combined, they weigh as much as Dominic. So all of them, like if it's a seesaw, the 4 of them are on one side, and your side would go down. Which I really do like. I really do like that.
Wait, am I the second heaviest then?
No, you're the
40?
heaviest.
Oh, I'm still the heaviest. Okay.
Yeah, you're the heaviest. So they would balance with Dom, and you would tilt. Yeah, it's good stuff. So it's a long walk, but you guys are able to come on, let's you keep your you guys keep the movement and carry the rat. And eventually you reach the top where sort of there are some figures sort of standing before you, sort of wearing like the robes the elves wear in Rivendell. It's like that real kind of like kind of they're very light in shade, kind of very sort of pleasant. And you hear harp music as you get higher, getting closer to this. So there's some real kind of it's not hippie vibes, but it is maybe wellness vibes almost, like the sort of like and sort of that general sort of feeling up here. There's some sort of robed figures. You strongly suspect they are shimmer elves from what you can see of them. They sort of wave to you in greeting, but none of them say a word, and they sort of begin gesturing you through the open gates of the castle. As you sort of pass through, sitting right there within the gates, there is there's a table that does have sort of some water, and there are some other sort of robed figures there. A couple of them who are at the gates do appear to be armed. They have sort of slender, very traditional elvish swords. As you walk in, you see a courtyard, and then beyond the entrance to the main castle, the doors also open. There's dandelion, sort of fluttering about kind of in those little... That's dandelions, right? The fluffy white balls?
Yes.
They're sort of fluttering about in the sunlight, and that sort of streams down. There also appear to be in some stables here. You do see, not horses, you see goats, like mountain goats, that are the size of horses and have saddles on them.
A little ostentatious. Don't you think?
I can always appreciate
One of the sort of shadow elves
presentation.
kind of inclines a hooded head your way, or shimmer elves rather, inclines a hooded head your way, but says nothing. And
Scrakk probably doesn't even notice. I'm looking around, just trying to. Well, the rat folk part of me is trying to find any exits, but the other parts, anything I'm just looking for anything magical related.
there's a good bit of magic on display. You can even tell from the lack of like a crackling sound that the torches just within the castle are they must be magical flame of some kind. Although they do, without the color, they're definitely providing light, and there's enough of them. It's not a big thing, but each one is like there's more of like a flickering energy to it, like as if like they're kind of on for. It's not a strobe effect because there's enough of them that it lights the whole thing, but you can tell they're all kind of flipping on and off periodically, or kind of flickering on and off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has anyone, the people that are around us or like escorting us, do they just seem to be like servants or?
They're giving you very like attendants of the castle vibes for sure. The robes they wear, no role required for you, would just from historical. It seems they're just some sort of definitely shimmer elvish order, you know, kind of a more traditional vibe, more old fashioned. But everything here does have a certain. I don't want to say anything else that makes everyone like go crazy about it, but there really is it's a bit of Ren Fair vibe here. There really is a bit of like.
They're really playing it up.
Not even and I'm probably being unfair. It's not even they're playing it up. It's that they are living this life. This is a choice. Like, who cares what the modern world's doing? My soul is from back when things made sense.
Is that just like the castle or like the whole town as well?
So the Amish?
The
So
castle.
it's like the Ren Fair, but all boomers. Like,
I mean, there are different ways to sort of interpret this. The town below seem to have the similar vibe, but these people are more perhaps in character, if that makes sense.
I am proficient in history. Is there anything I could use to kind of? Never mind.
Okay. Fair enough.
Scratch, yeah. So where? I'll just nearest attendant. Where are we going?
They just sort of gesture to the open doors of the castle proper.
Can you talk?
I can.
Okay. Are we going to meet the Castellans or what?
Just once again gestures to the.
Why say anything?
It's all been very.
This works.
Silence is
That just will go forward.
Little eerie.
Fair enough. So as you guys approach, you sort of step in. I would say that, Luminus, what is your passive perception again?
20.
20. Okay, yes.
Ooh.
Then you'll do it even though it's not your
That's
thing.
nice.
Luminus and Sha'Nehl, as you two enter, you feel that you both notice some hoof marks on the polished stone. Some like hoof prints here or there. They've been sort of buffed out, but occasionally there's spots where. So clearly there's been
Horse
some.
hoof or cloven hoofs?
I would say with passive, if you wanted to stop and investigate, you could do so. But with your passive, you can just tell there have been sort of hoof marks. Yeah, you're not sure cloven or not.
On the way to the castle?
Inside. You guys have now entered, like on the stone floors. You sort of keep walking through. There's like a beautiful sort of entry room. I don't want to keep doing it, but I have to because it's the context. Like, were there color, you're sure these stained glass windows, this place would be like a beautiful rainbow filled. Instead, it's just kind of like very bright, but kind of, doesn't have that sort of sense of whimsy. Ahead of you, there are yet another sort of set of doors thrown open. And as you sort of approach, you can see that there are two large forms standing on the dais, there's a raised throne behind, neither are sitting in it, but also because neither can sit. Because what is there is a moose and a big furry oxen, like an aurochs, like a big sort of huge horned. There's these two huge horned things just sort of standing up on that dais.
Not like a minotaur, like a four-legged ox.
Four-legged. Yeah, an aurochs, I think is often a term for it. It's like a prehistoric cow, basically.
Right.
So it was an oryx and
like a let's say a bull and a moose.
Oh, moose.
Oh, it's a bull party.
It's a business party? A bull moose party?
Bull moose party.
Oh, the bull moose party. Oh, that's funny. That was not intentional on my part.
That is funny.
We'll say it's a moose and a bull, but yes, you get the idea. It is the bull moose party. That's funny.
And only you got it. Only you got it.
You guys know the bull moose party from American history? Never mind. They sort of step in.
I feel like sometimes Philip is like, I'm playing with fucking children.
As you sort of step in,
Yes.
the bull sort of in this kind of gravelly, rumbly voice says, "Well, come on in then, come on in. We're very interested to hear you're interested in speaking to us." And the moose says, "Indeed." A sort of more feminine voice coming from her, though there's a lot of rumble from both. "Yes, very, very interesting to have visitors to this castle."
What kind of room would we led to? Like a study?
It's like a throne room.
It is the throne room.
And they are in front of the throne, very pointedly. Neither's on the throne, although neither really would fit on the throne, because
I was gonna say
it's a throne, and they are four-legged creatures.
Yeah.
They are actually like the animals, and then their mouths are just moving.
Correct. They are talking bulls and mises.
Are they clothed or crowned?
Yeah, they're not like bull folk or whatever. They're just legitimately.
Yeah, no, they are not.
Are they like?
I'm having.
You wouldn't get that reference. Shit.
They are not.
Is there a problem with talking animals?
I'm just imagining at the cow level.
They are
upright walking.
But they're not on
Yes,
they're not on hind legs.
not
They're
on hind legs. They are on all fours. They are.
There is no car level.
They are not clothed, but they do have kind of barding on or whatever. Neither has a saddle on at present, but they have there are some things on them to sort of make them look somewhat regal, and you do see some pieces of jewelry on horns.
Hello.
Yes,
hello.
hello?
Sorry, out of game. Have we decided who's talking?
Oh yeah,
We
you
talked
guys
about it
were
earlier.
you guys did say let's come up with a plan, and then they just talked about who was
Okay.
good liars, and that's the last I heard of your plan.
Yeah, that was apparently Dom and me
Can
are not
I
talking.
can I just
apparently.
pull Scrakk back and push Leo forward? It's like
Sure.
Yes. Well, thank you
I-
for
I-
having
I-
us at
I
your
would just say-
wonderful castle. I cover his mouth. Thank you for having us at your wonderful
to
castle.
put over.
You've come a long way to come here.
Yes, well, we've heard many fabulous things about this place. We had to see it with our own eyes.
Where have you heard of Lytesia? It's not a particularly well-known place.
Well, you might be surprised how many people might utter its name in other places.
Yes, people have singing songs about Letitia.
Well,
That
It's
what
quite a
wonderful
good word
place
to
it
rhyme
is.
with things as well.
Yes.
is it? I'm not much of a rhymer, though. The
Neither am I.
But so are more, are you saying? More are coming?
Not
No,
that
only
we
us,
know of.
probably.
We are, he sort of starts bomb, thud, 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 sort of walks down kind of on your level. Now he also, you notice both of these are big. They are big animals, but they seem big for what they are. Yeah,
Okay.
he sort of like walks out and says, "Well, we're the Castellans of this place."
Oh,
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Leo.
Leo.
Yes. This is Sha'Nehl,
Mm.
Scrakk, Duchess Contessa.
Oh, a duchess. Oh, he sort of like he
Yes.
begins to like do like dressage style like slight bowing to you, Duchess. And the moose is bowing to you as well. You're most welcome, Duchess.
This is a Luminus, a connoisseur of many good foods, and this is a Dom.
Pleased to meet your acquaintance.
So you didn't tell me you had royalty among you. Sorry for the informality of our visit.
It's all right. We traveled. We don't. The Duchess does not like to travel with much fanfare. It gets in the way of getting to places on time. But
I'm
of course,
technically
we
a
would.
second lieutenant.
We
That's
would
a good
appreciate
voice crack.
any
That's
hospitality you
not
could
royalty. That's a
offer.
military rank. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, that's military. Sort of the moose is kind of coming down to.
We would appreciate any accommodations you could provide to the Duchess and her,
Aye.
attaché.
Aye, well, yes, we can certainly do that. We'll put you up in some of the fine rooms now empty. There is a sadness that pervades this place on account of, but it's still mainly cheery when you're here.
Well, I'm mainly happy to hear that.
So, you're simply here to behold the beauty. Are you sad? You knew that there was no one on the throne, though, didn't you?
Did we know that? We
I mean,
just knew that the
You
Castellans
were told there were going to be
ruled, right?
Castellans here.
Well, we were made aware that Castellans were in charge.
Well, so you knew that you'd meet no monarch. Well, then it's not a disappointment. Very well. Sort of like, kind of called, attendance! And a sort of an elf comes in and says, bring, this one's a duchess. Take them to some of the royal guest quarters. Hey, at once, sir. We'll do that, of course. Of course, Castellan Thunder. This way. This way, please.
Actually, yes. Before I.
yes.
I didn't quite catch your name. How may I address you?
I am Castellan Thunder. And I am Castellan Honeydew.
Anything history-wise, or because I am a bit of a history buff. That like would that equate to a rank or anything like that? Castellan.
Castellan is simply the person who's like in charge of a castle, sort of like administrator. It's not a royal title. A Castellan is kind of the person who runs your castle for you.
I see. That makes sense.
Castellan Thunder. What
Yes, sir.
is this sadness that you speak of?
Well, it was sort of a bit of the gloomies that you could even feel here because of what they think happens in the shadow world. All the despair there seeping through. The monarchs tried to sort of seal the tunnels down below, but it's still seeped in a bit, and eventually they decided it wasn't worth staying here. Because and the moose begins like crying, and it's a very upsetting sight because it's a real moose, like these like moose tears, and then she starts licking them up, because they're salty. But he says it was a bad thing. The monarch
could feel the sadness so acutely that one day she saw a rainbow and she just went, meh.
They both begin to seem to be weeping at the prospect.
This place is weird. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Wait. She saw a rainbow?
Well, I would assume a long time ago.
Aye, yes.
This was before.
When there
or-
were
or-
rainbows.
Well, I mean, technically, there's still rainbows. You just can't really. That's
oh
not important.
God.
What?
Wait, what? She left before the color was drained, or afterwards?
Wait, the color was drained? Oh, that explains why I don't see any colors. Yes, I see.
Oh, never mind. I misunderstood the situation. Carry on.
You misunderstand a lot.
For how much you understand, you do seem to misunderstand a lot of things.
He's a typical absent-minded professor.
You know, Leopold, I expect this from everyone else, but not from you.
Yes, I will say this, Scrakk. Based on the age of the book that Sha'Nehl has, even if it took a long time for the darkness to sort of come to this place and make the monarch so sad that she didn't care about a rainbow, which, I mean, that's preposterous. Yes, this would be well before the color drain.
Well, why is? Did they say the name Annabith yet, or no?
They have not said Annabith, no.
Why is so much darkness seeping through?
Aye, 'cause the shadowy ones are just... Oh, they're... as far as the monarch used to say, they're just gloomy gusses. They're just... What was the term she would use? Multiverse... multi-serval?
Multiversal.
Multiversal party shitters.
Okay.
That's quite the colorful epithet.
Multi-serval party shitters. Is that what it was?
That doesn't sound right to me.
Can I? So I want to do something here.
Multiversal party poopers.
Yeah, you sound just like her. Except for your voice or your tone. And there's no butterflies around your mouth.
You know, I'm a bit of a multiverse expert myself. I
thought you were gonna say I'm a bit of a multiversal party pooper myself.
Wow.
That was out of character.
Never mind. I'm a bit of a multiverse and magical expert myself. Perhaps I can help
Mr.
you
Defoe.
seal the leak.
And then the monarch could come back. Oh, then
Can I? Well, yeah. Go ahead.
the monarch could come back if they did
What's
that.
the monarch's name?
Yes.
I'd have to see it, but if you
So, you'd...
This giant bull kind of like stares down at you, Scrakk.
So, you'd close the passage for good?
can I
You can
Can
make a
I-
deception roll if you're going to say yes.
I want an information flood, and just kind of dodge the question and like just say a lot of really sciencey shit.
Okay.
Yeah. What would I roll for that? Okay.
I mean, that's an information flood. Do it.
Yeah, information flood,
What is
yeah.
your save again? Wait a second.
It's a second. I gotta pull up information flood here.
It's just your professor DC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's
There's
right.
nothing somatic about it,
my
right?
professor
You just
DC
do
No, he
is.
just talks. It's not magic.
Damn.
It's my spell save DC is 16, but I think my professor save is higher than that, isn't it?
You don't have a spell save DC. What is your it's 8. It's basically just 8 plus your professor modifier.
Oh, okay. 8 plus professor modifier.
Probably 16.
Probably 16. Yeah.
That's really cool. because I rolled a 19. This person has a -2 intelligence, so I rolled a 17. So your information flood doesn't work. And he sort of says, but you'll close it. And you realize there's no talking your way around this. So please make a deception roll, unless you're not going to promise to close it.
Can I cut in and make the deception roll in his place? And be like, of course he will close it.
I would say yes, but Scrakk just talked so much that might be suspicious. So let's hear it, Scrakk. That was cool how I rolled like high enough to do that. That makes me happy.
Any way we can help him to accept?
Scrakk will say, well, I can't make any promises until I see it, but I could certainly, I have to do an analysis first.
Okay. So you don't want to make a roll? Fair enough.
I'm not promising anything, but I'm not saying I won't either.
He sort of looks at you for a moment. Yes. Well, you're welcome to look. Just make sure you don't make it worse. We don't want more darkness around here. Because then, the monarch might never come back.
The monarch have a name? Does the monarch have a name?
Oh, well, she does, yes, of course. She is the monarch Butterfly Rainbow Tissia.
That tracks. All right. Well, I think we should, if you don't mind, you said you might have some rooms. I would like to
kind of gestures
freshen
and
up a bit first.
The elf just sort of turns and will lead you upstairs.
Cool. Follow them.
All right, you guys walk through sort of well-maintained, beautiful, sort of beautiful corridors. You do see there are like some enchantments going here. There are, like kind of some areas where there's artwork that seems to sort of move. In a world where there's tunes, it's not that appealing. And I don't mean like moving paintings. I mean like sculptures that have, like things rotating around them, or some of those sort of like things held aloft magically. But you are sort of led up to sort of one of the sort of like towers or spires you saw, and before long you are a door is open, and in fact you see that within there's a few elves in these things like frantically like shaking out dust and such. You guys are left in. There are a few pixies and sprites fluttering around, and one of the elves is like has a window open, is trying to like get them out. And you hear like, "No, come on, we want to meet people. What's the problem anyway? It's gonna be fun. No, we're not gonna turn into trouble if we're they're sort of pushing them out windows. This kind of business." And they sort of gesture into the room. Another one is like walking up behind you, who's putting down some elvish wines and some like plates of fruit, bread and cheese, this kind of stuff.
Okay. Scrakk will just kind of go in for a bit and sit down on a bed or something, kind of dust off.
Regroup in here?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, let's just regroup for a bit.
Are we being left alone, or is there attendants staying behind?
They will leave if you are not, if you're making it seem like you don't want them to stick around. Although, damn it, high perception. Hold on, let me see if I can roll super high. Nope. As they're sort of leaving, Luminus and Sha'Nehl, and actually maybe some of the others, you do notice that there is a penguin sort of standing on one side of the room, just like a little penguin.
I'd like to go
alive
and
penguin?
investigate the penguin.
Yeah, it's an alive penguin, just like kind of like hiding behind like a little like ottoman or something, just looking at you all.
Hello?
I'd like to kind of usher the penguin out of the room.
So Sha'Nehl kind of goes to the penguin. As you begin to usher the penguin goes meow.
Okay, now I want to investigation or arcana or something. Is it a fake penguin?
You can make an investigation check, but the penguin like goes out of the room and kind of like
Yeah.
meows a couple times while doing so.
I rolled a 1, so.
You have.
Can
you
I
have-
roll a what the fuck check? Like.
Sure. I guess roll a. You can roll investigation.
Okay.
Wonder if I can bring one of those home.
It fit right into your house.
Yeah.
16.
It would really. Maybe somebody put a cat in a penguin. Maybe
Wouldn't be the weirdest thing
it's
that
a
I've seen.
maybe it's a penguin. Could be a penguin raised by cats.
This is what happens when you have unlicensed magical experimentation.
Or
Amateurs, I tell you.
it could just be some.
You do realize you are talking to 3 people stuffed into one mannequin, right?
Yes, but that was done by professionals, which is why you're all
Poorly.
three still. All three
It
still
was an
sentient.
accident. He blew up.
Are you calling it a professional accident?
That was.
It
that
was.
Is
actually.
that
It
your
was-
professional
listen,
opinion?
I am not saying it was ethical, but it was leading edge experimental soul science.
I mean,
Sometimes mistakes happen, but this is just a cat.
Are you
and a-
calling him a mistake?
Well, I mean, he's not. Well, yes,
I am quite
I am,
literally a
yeah.
mistake.
yes.
Just said yes.
I am my own mistake, actually.
Oh.
Well, actually, not my mistake, but Leopold's mistake. You get it. We're kind of the
A,
same person.
a
at this
lucky
point.
mistake it is. Fortunate one, maybe.
Normally, when somebody causes a mistake,
Anyhow, I'll
it
have to
doesn't go well.
do a survey of the leakage later. But do we want to do anything before that?
Does anybody have any?
I don't
ideas?
care what we're doing. What are we doing anyway? Like, what's the whole point of this?
Don, we went
Never
over this
mind,
multiple
just
times.
lay
It'll-
down and rest.
Go
Relax
get
over there.
everybody off your back, boss.
But Duchess, what is the whole thing of this? What do we even want to do?
We want to get color back, boss.
And this will get color back?
Yes.
I just want to stay out of trouble.
Dom,
We
you
all
could,
do, boss.
We won't get into trouble for this.
I don't know.
Or I won't. I never do.
Fair enough. I mean, you're a good employee, so I guess if this is what we want to do, it makes sense. I still don't get how this gets color back. We're sure this gets color back?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, what's our goal from here?
I guess
Actually,
getting color
Can
back.
can I investigate the room and just see if there's anything like suspicious?
Can Duchess
Sure, make an investigation roll. Yes, Duchess.
tell anything is wrong with Dom? Because 1, she's never seen her boss drink tea, and 2, he seems a little on edge more than normal.
Make an insight roll.
Like he seems more on edge than just annoyed with our shit.
Yeah, you can make an insight
25.
roll. 25. Seems like a pretty. If you were expecting a room in a fairy tale castle in the fairylands, this is about it.
I'm more looking for like if there's maybe anywhere somebody might be spying on us. Like
You don't notice
people's-
any. You don't notice any
There's no-
missing eyes
Would I
or
notice
paintings or
anything
anything.
like
It's kinda
scent
like-
wise? Because I do have the extra sense.
No, it
so-
seems no one seems to be listening to you here.
Okay.
Duchess,
So,
what'd you roll?
Business is normal. 18?
18. He definitely seems. He seems more frustrated by, like, up to this point, he's been grumbling that he doesn't know, like, what you guys are doing and that he just wants it, but he seems more, like, irritated now that he's up here in this castle. He definitely seems a bit off, but, like, it seems like
As usual. Well,
it seems basically it seems like he's crossed from being like irritated that or just kind of like, what are you guys getting me into? This is weird. Let's like just get in a fight or something. It's like it's crossed into like seriously, like, what's going on? He seems very frustrated by this situation.
You okay, boss?
I mean, I'm fine. I don't get.
Before you know it, we'll be back home.
It's probably the energy from the castle. Just try and take a nap.
Yeah, all right, I can take a nap. That's fine. He just puts his fedora over his face or his newsboy cap, I think he has over his face, and lays down and takes a nap.
All right. Well, I've got to prepare for this survey, but do we want to do anything in the meantime?
What can we do?
I kind of just want to look around and see what's going on here. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
If you can find me a meowing penguin to take home, I would appreciate that.
We could always look for one.
You can go look for one.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna stay right here.
I'm gonna try and find a bathroom. And is there anything like actually connected to where the room we're in? Or?
Yeah, you're in like a. There's like multiple
Oh, it's in,
bedrooms.
like,
You're
it's
off
like
like
in
a.
a
There's
suite.
this is like a
Okay.
little like solar and it's like a. It's like chambers you've been sent to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Castle.
Yeah, you can find a
During my
bathroom.
search,
Mhm.
or if I have to maybe, secret doors, anything that I would find.
You
or
didn't
anything like
notice
that?
any secret doors in this room. No, this seems to be
It's
a.
very non-suspicious.
Should it be?
They've stuck you in a. They've stuck you in what would seem to be an rather. It's a pleasant and like well appointed, but very unexceptional. I mean, they said you were taking like royal guest quarters.
Okay.
So
What
yeah.
time? What time of day is it?
Or fitting.
At this point, it is probably. It took you guys a while. The sun is beginning to set. That terrifying, open mouthed sun is
Okay.
starting to dip low in the sky.
If I poke my head out, is there anybody like waiting outside the doors, like attendants?
There are a couple of attendants in the hall. Oh, I did. Kind of just turn to you as if.
Excuse me. What time is dinner?
They just walk away. Make an insight roll, Scrakk.
Oh, this should be good.
I don't have the best insight. Let's see here.
Exactly.
Okay.
11.
You have no idea. You have no idea.
Okay.
You said that, and they're like bolting.
Oh
Odd
god,
thing
are
to be
we dinner? No.
scared of is dinner, but what does the hallway itself look like? Is there like, are we at a dead end? Is there like, can I go in the other direction?
You could continue down this hall. There seems to be another. Based on the layout of it, you think like kind of like a little further down there might be a door on the other side that would lead to a similar suite of rooms.
Is there anywhere where I could like, especially with my little squeezing feature, I could like sneak around in, or like a servant's quarters I could duck into?
Plenty of you could squeeze into a lot of places around here. Sure, you just want to start going places.
Just want to like, I want to look around a bit, but stealthily.
Sure, make a stealth roll.
Sure.
You're sneaking around. Anybody else doing anything?
Wanna go take a look, Leo?
Sure, yeah, let's go look around.
Let's take a tour.
Might take the focus off of Scrakk if they're watching us.
So we'll go out and we'll just head down the opposite way.
21.
Understood. Scrakk, you don't think you're being seen. Leo and Luminus, are you guys just walking like normal?
Yeah, we're just gonna take a gander at the...
We're the retinue of the Duchess. Why would we have to hide?
Understood. Sha'Nehl and Duchess, are you guys just hanging out in the room?
Yes,
Okay.
I am her lady in waiting.
There you go. Well, what are you waiting for? Okay. Scrakk, if you look around up here, you can kind of get into that other room without much trouble. There seems to be a very dusty, unused room in here. With your stealth, you like start being really stealthy as you're sort of squeezing in, because there are a good number of fairies and like sprites. Do you speak Sylvan?
I speak Old Elvish.
Speak Old Elvish. You okay? We'll say you're understanding a few words, but most of it does sound like hot nonsense.
Okay.
And there's like little like fights break out amongst them. You also notice there is there's like some kind of like you're not sure if it's like a lemur or an ocelot, but there is a thing like that just like in here, like chatting with some of them, and like there's a lot of people keep handing some like fruits back and forth between this big-eyed cat, tiny slender cat thing, and
Do these fairies and I guess the lemur slash ocelot, do they seem to be like members of the castle, or they're just kind of like local?
Again, make an insight roll, because you're trying to get the vibe of this, which is not your strong suit.
Is this Arcana at all?
No, it's not Arcana. It's the Fairylands. It's all sorts of weird stuff here. You know enough to know that.
It's like
You have no idea. You can't tell. You don't know if these are interlopers. You don't know if these are like were once the court. You don't know if this is just like they just don't have glass on the windows, therefore anything comes in. You have no sense of it.
What are they exchanging? Fruit?
Like handing fruit back and forth, like arguments, like pointing and like tugging on fruit, and it's just nonsense. Just a lot of nonsense is happening in here. Leo and Luminus, you two are just walking around. You see a couple of attendants, like one of them has gone down the steps, and you sort of see is like talking to others, and there's much gesturing, and sort of one of them just like comes and stands like close to you two, but not saying anything, just kind of.
What kind of animal are they?
No, it's an elf in a hood,
Elf?
like the ones outside.
Like, as we're walking, they're walking with us?
Yeah, if you're sort of walking, they'll sort of stand, and then if you go 15 feet or so, they'll kind of follow along behind. Just not sure what you want. They don't see. They seem to very rarely speak. They will speak, but they seem very sort of like just.
Is it like child size or like a regular adult
Elf,
size?
a little shorter than you.
So what do you make of this place, Luminus?
I mean, it has interesting artwork.
I suppose that is a word you could use to describe it.
There is I mean, I've quite honestly never been in a place like this. I can tell you that much.
That's fair.
Was that the thing? Was that the elf?
There's a
The penguin.
penguin sort of just like walking around.
Ah,
It pulls out its like plumage and just across its beak.
Can I try and get another read on this thing, or
can I call it over like a cat? Like, here, Mr.
Make an animal handling
Like-
roll.
Oh, good lord. How good is it?
Can I channel someone who knows how to deal with
You're
penguin cats?
With
totally
penguin
can.
cat?
I mean, I don't know
I
if you
would
can
like-
do penguin cats, but you can do someone who knows animals, who knows exotic
Yes,
animals.
I would like to do that.
Well, it's just wisdom.
Whoever you channel is gonna see this thing and go, what the fuck is that?
Ah!
Oh God!
Only a 7.
Okay, so you do that,
Roll.
and it kind of, and it hisses out of its beak, and then like kind of rushes
It
off.
wobbles away like
Yeah.
a penguin.
Okay, can I go looking for it?
Sure, yeah. It's not hard to like go after it. It doesn't
Okay.
move that fast because yes, it is like a.
I rolled a non-nat 20 for my animal handling.
For animal handling, you kind of like you're like, and it kind of
Come here, little pen kitty.
comes back to you and then just starts like nuzzling itself against your leg.
Good thing. Good
Looks at
thing.
Luminus and just goes,
Uh,
and it's fishy breath. It's
Luminus
awful.
probably eat cats.
Is
Oh,
that elf
Luminus
still
does
here?
eat cats, doesn't he?
Yeah, that elf is
So-
just standing here, just hooded down, just witnessing all this.
oh wait, did I take that spell? Shit, hold on. I need to look at my spell list. I don't know if I took the spell magic.
Oh, dispel magic. Well, bring it out, bust it out at 3rd level.
Just like, reveal thyself.
At this point,
No, I don't do that.
at this point, yeah, what are you guys doing? Just letting this happen?
Can I look at the elf and just be like, are we bothering you?
No, sir.
Can we help you?
I'm just standing and waiting, sir.
Oh,
Does this thing have a name?
I don't think so, sir.
Does it just kind of wander around here, or?
I'd never seen this before, sir.
How come you've never seen this before?
God damn, it has no owner.
How long have you been working here?
About 150 years, sir.
Right.
Can I
So
insight
this
see
thing
if
just
it's never seen it before?
Sure. This is not yours, sir.
no. Well, not yet.
17.
Telling the truth.
Can I cast detect magic on this thing, or like
On the penguin?
just on myself to see if I see it?
Oh, sure, you can cast detect magic. So when you do detect magic, first of all, it's all weird because you don't have like kind of like the nice like color stuff. I'm so sorry, KJ. I'm so sorry. But as you're sort of like looking through it, you can look at, so a lot of stuff here has like latent little magical traces. You know, that kind of like weird like kind of like glow. This animal has as much as any animal does, but you're not seeing any like transmutation on it. You're not seeing like, you see kind of just like the latent stuff if it's like it's suffused with some, you know, fairy shenanigans, but you don't see any of the schools particularly.
It's not being looked through or anything either, like no divination.
You
on
don't
it or
see
anything
conjuring, divination, you don't see,
But you see evocation.
yeah, you don't see, and you see necromancy because it like, as it like coughs out like a fishbone. No, you don't see any, you do not believe this is a shape change thing or a familiar.
What about the elf?
The elf has as much as a Shibber elf typically would, some kind of, you know, magic at the fingertips perhaps, but is as they appear.
So this isn't normally a part of this castle? This creature?
There are a lot of creatures in this castle, sir.
But this is not one of them.
Well, it's in the castle, sir.
Ah.
I meant it's a new one. Do creatures often wander in and out of this castle?
Well, yes, sir.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a big castle, sir, and we don't.
So it's not strange to see this thing here.
It is peculiar, but not strange, sir.
What an interesting distinction. Well, I have it, so I'm going to bring it back to Duchess because she asked. So.
Might
Okay.
as well. What was your name, good sir?
I don't have a name.
No one's ever given you a name.
No, I do. I'm
Don't
just being
name
a
him.
dick.
Do not name the
You know what?
Fae. You know what happens.
Ask a question I don't want to answer. X, Z, G, F,
There's
G,
no vowels on your.
X, Z, G, F, G. So X is Giffy.
You know, I feel like I shouldn't pry and ask for more details.
No, it's a very actually, it's a standard. Here, I'll show it to you right here. It's a very standard Elvish name. You've met. There you go. That's for you guys here. I'll even put it into the other chat.
Oh God, I hate it.
Exiskefi. Yeah. Well, guess what?
Exiskefi.
Guess what? If you want Penguin Cat coming along with you, Exiskefic's coming too.
Really?
Exiskefic. I can. Yeah. So basically, as you sort of cut away, we will cut away to back in the room where Dom sort of just like sits up, like frustrated, like I can't sleep. Where'd they go?
They're just out exploring, boss.
Ugh. All right, I'll go see where they are. Just I don't know.
Are you sure you maybe you, you just seem a little.
I'm fine. Just I don't know. I'd rather be back in my bar. He just opens the door and walks out.
Where am I at this point? Am I still exploring the?
Yeah, you're just sort of walking around the rooms.
Duchess will go with him.
Oh, okay. You sort of. Oh, yeah. Come on, employee. Top employee. Tied for first. Maybe top. I can't tell. It's been so long since we've done any, work for the family. Why aren't you walking?
I'm Duchess glides.
Yeah, just little twinkle toes.
Yeah.
Scrakk, you can if you've seen all you want to see in that room, you can certainly come out.
If I can, I'll.
Yeah, you
is there
notice.
anything, like else on the floor? Any other notable rooms?
You can enter like a little passageway that seems to be a servant's walkway. We'll let you use your earlier stealth. You don't sort of see anyone. You're not seeing much interesting on this level of the castle. As you emerge from that, you do notice Duchess and Dom walking out. Sha'Nehl, are you just chilling in the room?
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, Scrakk, you see that Duchess and Dom are like walking out there, like almost like to the sort of stairs. They're sort of walking past, and Dom just like.
Actually, while I'm in the
I'll try and sneak up behind them.
try to
and just
read,
join it, like, walk
learn
behind
Gremlin.
You want to
I take
learn
out the
Gremlin?
dictionary. Yeah, take out the.
You do
Gremlin
have
book I
a
have.
learn to do Gremlin book, so this is not an immediate thing, but you can certainly start learning you can start reading your Gremlin for Dummies book for sure. Yeah, no roll required if you're like, cool, I'm gonna study. Scrakk, you walk up behind Dom and Duchess if you'd like to. But so Dom's just
kind of like
talking about,
kind
he's
of
just
sneak up behind them and then just join the conversation at a very awkward point.
okay. Dom is in the process of saying, Dom's just in the process of saying like, yeah, I don't know, yeah, you're probably the best employee, I think. Again, we're not in the bar, so like, it's hard to compare. I mean, you're both doing fine out here, but I don't know. This is only helping the family by not getting me arrested,
Why are they your employees in the first place?
Scrakk, what's your armor class?
Oh, geez, good question.
Doesn't matter. Natural 20. So... Oh, cool, and I rolled an 8 on the thing. So, because he's his fisticuffs. So that'll be, that's 13 points of damage right in the kisser.
13 points?
Dom just be like, a rat!
Ah!
Kills it, like...
Oh. Don't sneak up on me!
What the? Scrakk probably can't even talk right now. I thought you were exploring.
That's not a bad thing.
I was. I thought you were not next to me. And then you talked. What am I supposed? That's not my fault. Is that my fault? He's turning to Duchess.
You react to being surprised. You know what? That tracks, actually. I'm gonna go back and...
How did you sneak
Patch
up on
that
the boss like that? I mean...
Yeah. Thank you, number one employee. This is how I walk. Bum, 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 bum. The penguin's like do 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 do. It's similar but different. All
Go
right.
back to the room and patch up that shiner I just got.
Yeah, you really. I'm sorry. That was. Oh wait, it's not 13. I forgot to add a thing. So it's actually 21.
21 for what?
Well, because I rolled an 8 on the D8 to punch you, but I didn't add it was a crit. It was a nat 20. So I didn't add the full die that automatically gets added on. So he
really dislocated your jaw on that one.
Clobbered you. I'm sorry, Scrakk, but also you did make a big deal of how you were sneaking up and talking at the
And it wasn't like
Okay.
one punch.
Okay.
I mean, a one damage punch.
Yeah, that
So
was a.
Scrakk is probably laid out for a minute.
Yeah,
and then-
Scrack's probably got it. Scrack's like
How
short
much
rest
health do you have
time.
left?
Yeah.
You spit out a tooth, just like.
I had 36 and now I'm at 15.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Sorry about that, Scrakk. Sorry. I'm not sorry. You shouldn't sneak. I don't know. Yeah, this place got me punchy. What the hell are they doing here? I can't. Right, getting the color back. All right, fine. Just don't quite see how that's gonna. Whatever. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, Duchess.
Should we have a drink on the, not one of our own, but one of their drinks, boss, to settle your nerves a bit? You seem.
That's why you're the number one employee. All right. Yeah, let's get a drink. Hey, where's a drink around here? And one of the elves is like, and like sort of begins leading you guys downstairs. You actually see Leo and Luminus on across like a hallway, and you do see that Leo has there's a penguin that Leo's kind of like petting.
Duchess will call after.
Do we see?
After the elves that left for the drink. I would also like a bucket of your freshest fish, uncooked.
Oh, they are. They're not. They're guiding you, but if you want to send them off for things, they'll. What actually say that?
I don't, along with the drink, I also want to get a bucket of fresh fish.
We don't have any fish. There might be some in the moat. We don't have a moat, right?
My God, please.
You have shrimp?
We're vegetarians.
Vegetarians. I mean, shrimp is like kind of like a plant. See. Do you have seaweed?
That's not at all correct.
the elf there. Actually, we'll say that because you were sort of where they are. It is Exis Gefig. Exis Gefig says, "Oi, Exis Gefig. I'm not sure if we have any aquatic things, given that we're in a mountain area, but we will look. I suppose it must eat something."
Okay, how about we just take it with us to the pantry, and I'll just open the door.
Have we met up with them now, or?
Yeah, you guys are all. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I will just open the door, and I'll let it eat whatever it wants, and then that's how we know what to feed it.
I feel really bad that Scrakk got murdered.
He's fine. Rub some dirt on
Scrakk
it.
is most definitely not fine.
What?
There was
Oh,
some
it's good to
dirt
see all of you again. Why is Scrakk face
No,
down?
he
on
left.
the
He
bed?
went
He's
back
not.
home.
He's up in the room.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sha'Nehl is studying, and Scrakk is
he
like,
crawled his way back.
"Oh."
I just imagine him like on the bed in the Family Guy death pose or something,
Yeah, just
like,
like-
with the arm behind the bed.
Gotta like snap his jaw back into place. Oof. Remember when I forgot a whole 8 points? Let's not worry about it. So as you guys sort of are sort of taken down, they sure enough are like they're bringing out various bottles. And Dom's like, "Finally, something I know how to do." And he starts, mixing some drinks. Oh, I mean, thank you. It's really good. Yeah, Duchess, do you want a beverage? He'll sort of pour you.
Oh, I've been drinking all day already.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he'll pour you some of whatever elven
I'll
spirits.
take one, boss.
Yeah, here you go. I'm gonna stop putting this stuff in. That's the problem. Here you go. He kind of hands you a thing.
Do I detect? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, so Leo, what's the plan here? Can you do whatever you're doing? Or can Scrakk do whatever? Oh, I just knocked Scrakk really hard because he snuck
Why
up on
did
me.
you do that?
Why?
He snuck up
came
on me.
out of nowhere.
He was I didn't know what was happening. I punched before I looked.
But he always does that.
Yeah, I
He does
know,
that
but
all
I
the
guess I'm
time.
just jumpier here.
That's strange.
Is
Okay.
the sadness getting to you, boss?
I mean, maybe. I
Do
think
you
the fairy
need to
lands
talk
are getting
about
to
it?
me.
I won't do it, but I'm sure one of your employees will talk about it with you.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it with you, but I want you to tell me what's
I
going on
wouldn't either.
here. Like, what's the plan? Like, what's
I've
Well,
told
you
you
know the
multiple
plan.
times. You keep asking this, but
We've told you the plan, boss.
I know.
I mean, I already insighted. Is there anything else I can do?
Can I
He's
insert
not
him?
okay.
If he's constantly
No,
acting
he
about the
punched
plan?
Scrakk, which that was certainly weird, and he's
Oh,
asked
that
me
seemed
about
fine.
it. But they're like, I had no notes. But at this point, he just says, he's like, all right, fine. Well, just let me know what you need me to do. I assume it'll just be punch something.
You've done more than punch things. Boss.
Right?
Yeah, I
You-
know,
You,
but I
you
like-
drove that car and broke it. That was something.
No, I didn't break it. I landed it.
And then you broke it.
It
It's
broke
broken
independent.
now, isn't it?
It broke independent. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it might have broke when I landed, but it's not because I wasn't doing it right.
Penguin going towards any of the food.
Oh, you also, there is like sounds of, one of the elves kind of comes up and sort of very quietly says, dinner will be served in half an hour.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What will you be bringing for this guy?
For what guy?
This
Points to the penguin.
this little cutie down here.
That's part of your party.
Yes, if he's not one of yours, he's one of ours.
Right,
This is Max. You want a different name? Would you like Rufus? No.
Fluffy?
But the
Maybe he wants a fancier one, Maximilian. Like,
Reginald.
I do like Reginald.
Like Reginald or Maximilian?
Reggie.
licking with a beak.
We'll go.
I'll go Reginald.
Yeah, that seemed like a Reginald answer.
And thus Reginald returns.
Yeah.
Huntington Smythe is the penguin. All right, so they sort of if no one wants to do anything before dinner, we can sort of just skip to a dinner being
Wait, could I have incited Dominic or no?
I mean, I'm going to say that you guys know too much. So
He just seems angrier than normal.
I don't know.
We didn't even ruin the bar this time. We
That's
did nothing
fair.
wrong.
he's you can make an
Or
insight
well, at least
him.
what's going on with
You
him?
can make
like,
an insight him, and that's fine, yeah.
Like, it seems
Last
more
time
than
he
just
was
sadness.
just
He was,
irritated.
like,
We destroyed his livelihood.
Pretty
constantly like,
yeah.
boss,
Yeah.
need a massage? What do you need, boss?
I'm not here, but he kind of did it to himself. He was in the mob. That never ends well.
Yeah, sir.
Inside is 21.
21.
Actually, no one was shooting at me.
Yeah.
No one was there for me, so I had no
self-lost.
fault in that.
He just seems to be like, honestly, like the thing you said becomes your best thing, that this castle's just kind of bumming him out. You think, because like he just seems to be like antsy, but he seems like his usual self. He just seems like antsier or punchier.
What would make the boss happy?
He's
Aside
just,
from going back, look.
yeah.
Crack's
Some sort of orcish delicacy.
I need to learn to spell dream so I can just make him dream of home.
So
we could get those Moose cartoons. Michael Moose, is that the one he liked?
So sorry, Scrakk, is there something you said you were up to?
Scrack's probably skipping dinner on account of being laid out,
Okay.
but he will ask if maybe somebody can bring him some fruit.
They've already put fruit in the room. There's fruit in the room already for you. Fruit
Can
and
you
fruit
do
and
it?
wine.
Yeah.
What does Sha'Nehl say?
Maybe just a
What's it,
banana.
Scrakk?
Well, I'm not expert in it, but can I try some medicine on him?
Sure, Sha'Nehl, you can do some medicine on him. Make a medicine.
I can
roll.
just cure wounds him.
You're
Like-
downstairs
14.
though.
Okay.
14.
14. Scrakk, if
Put
you
put like a really lumpy bandage on his face.
Scrakk with a 14, if you choose to spend hit dice to heal on a short rest, you can throw an extra D4 on it.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Wait,
but
are you wrapping the bandage around his head? Like,
yeah, like just like like a jaw shut. Sha'Nehl, someone will also come and mention there's dinner. Obviously, Scrakk is going to skip. Are you going to go down to dinner, or will you stay up here and keep reading?
I will go down to dinner.
Okay, cool. Dominic is just kind of like, looking around at various paintings and stuff and sort of just seeming kind of whatever. You hear like loud sort of hoof steps as sort of like the Castellans are moving through the hall near you. Yes,
And
Duchess.
a high seat for Reginald, please.
The elf goes. A high seat?
Yes. Like for a small child, maybe. So he can reach.
They will go off and try to find a chair for Reginald. Okay.
I do have things I want to do during dinner, but whenever you're ready.
So you're not going to take a short rest. You will do other stuff at the time.
You cannot
Up to you.
talk though because I bandage your mouth shut.
I think you could probably talk if you need to. What do you want to do? Do you want to take this opportunity to short rest, or do you want to do stuff
I'm gonna do stuff unnoticed, actually.
Perfect.
That's a good point.
Love it.
So you're not gonna get your HP back.
What would I need my HP for?
Okay.
It's a perfectly normal castle.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So.
Fine.
Watch as we completely piss off everyone in this castle in the next 15 minutes.
I hope so.
You guys head down. The Castellans are like,
I was going to join you for dinner, but is that to your desire, or did you simply wish to dine?
Oh, you are welcome to join us for dinner.
Oh yes, you're.
Have you met Reginald?
Who is? No, what?
the penguin is like gets behind legs, is very scared of this giant thing.
Who is Reginald?
Okay. This is Reginald.
It's like it is trying to stay out of this thing's eye line.
Yeah. Oh, you're scaring him. You're scaring him.
I'm
Couple
sorry.
little.
Should I leave?
No, you can stay for dinner. Just don't look at him so intensely. You're bothering him. It's okay. It's okay, Reginald.
Kind of
it's
moves
okay.
in another way. Luminus and Leo, make a dexterity saving throw. Not a serious one, but let's just have some fun.
14.
14. Luminus and Leo, you both back you're both like ducking out of the way of giant horns and hooves as he backs away to not look at Leo. There's a moose now behind him who he's also kind of bumping into, so it's a sort of a mess. But basically, you guys all move around a table. You see that either end of the table has no chairs, but has just like large piles of just like hay basically, which the two huge things are just leaning over, just standing there. Kind of little golden trough looking things, or metal troughs, but of precious metal troughs. You get the idea. The rest of you come in. A chair is placed next to Duchess that I guess is a little higher. The elves kind of pause, and then one of them brings over a vase and turns it over and sits that on top. And
Excellent.
okay.
Thank you.
And you put Reginald up there, who's just up kind of.
So what are we served? Just fruits and vegetables?
Yes, it is a you're given a soup that is that looks very nice. It's a vegetable soup with sort of various things, but it's kind of it's fairly fancy, and big things of cracked bread. There does seem to be butter, which raises a lot of questions since there's a bull. But just so he's eating other cow milk. What, I don't know this is going on, but he's not eating it. He's just eating hay. You get the idea. Basically, there's some other cows around here, apparently, since they have butter. Or maybe they get it from the village. You guys don't know. I don't know why I'm still talking about it.
Because this is going to start getting weird.
Can who talk? Those cows?
The cows that got milked to make the butter.
I think
harder.
Yeah,
I really like the idea that there's a dairy cow who comes in. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. Imagine it's early in the morning and the farmer opens the door and a dairy cow goes, "Well, hello there.
No.
I was wondering when you'd be coming to see me this morning." The farmer goes, "I don't want none of that now, Bessie. I'm here to do a job. Let's just get through this as quickly as we can for both of us."
One of your French cows.
Please, go slow.
No!
Take your time.
Philip, no.
This is my new favorite thing.
Make sure your hands are warm.
Okay.
Please,
That's enough internet for
warm
tonight.
up
I'm sure we
your
can find
hands.
somebody that's into this.
Your grip is
Okay.
so
We already have.
strong.
There's a whole
Here.
genre that's into this.
Farmer, your hands are so strong.
Okay.
Now,
What are
Bessie.
you doing, step farmer?
All right.
No.
Let's
my
move
God.
on. Let's move on from that.
Oh, step
My ears.
farmer! Step farmer talking cow. Oh no. Oh, guys, we have to do it.
And that's how long lost
You need to step back from the precipice.
Step back from the
Yeah.
precipice. Okay.
Okay,
The
no,
abyss is
wait.
beginning to stare
No,
back, fellas.
if you guys go into Castellan Thunder stables, you might find some step farmer erotica.
God, I hope the rift is in
We are not going there.
Okay, we're definitely not going there.
Oh my god, this is how to get you away from stuff? I gotta do a thing where the end bad guy's thing is just hiding from step farmer.
All right.
What are you doing, step farmer?
Moving on.
We will
moving
do
on.
it.
The only way to get color back is to go into that
Oh, fuck
Color's
yes.
not coming back
Wait.
in that case.
Hold on. Hey, KJ, color back today. Color back today. All you have to do is direct a step farmer movie.
Black and white forever.
Oh,
All right, let's do this.
step farmer. Oh my god, you got to go to one of the studios. You just go
I'm
back
gonna
to
get a drink and we'll get this done.
you go back to San Termino. But here's the thing. I know you. As much as you get us a job, you're going to try to make it good. You're going to try to make it tasteful. You know?
I am.
You know?
Okay. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, there's ways
The
to
color
frame
only
the
comes
udders
back
that
for
are more.
1
Okay, so
minute.
anywho. Oh boy. Was that so Sophia, is that but still how does that compare to Jerry Jigglehouse? Worse? Better? Same?
Worse.
Worse.
Worse?
Worse.
Is that the worst there's been?
I wasn't
don't know
even
what the
bothered
reference
that
is,
much
but
by
Worse
Jerry
is the
Jigglehouse.
answer.
Jerry Jigglehouse was from this game. Worse, wow. All caps worse.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah.
so as the Castellans have like hay brought before them, you guys have various soup. They actually like one of them kind of very tentatively, the elves, places a saucer of milk in front of Reginald, who like very weirdly like dips his beak into it, like his like kind of kind of it has trouble drinking milk because it's a fucking penguin, but will attempt to do so. So as you guys can have a meal, and the Castellan is there. The Castellan says,
Wait, where is your other, where's the one who was going to go into the tunnel and seal it up?
He is resting.
Oh,
He needs his strength.
I see, of course. Yes.
yeah, he's resting. He's picking rat hair out of his knuckles.
Trying to obtain all the knowledge. All the time.
Speaking of Scrakk, as you guys are just kind of going to have a dinner with the Castellans, Scrakk, what is it you're doing?
So, I don't know if this will have any effect at all, but I want to take some fruit
Okay.
and try and sneak my way back to where that little meeting was earlier and find some fairies and offer them fruit.
Okay.
Like the mongoose thing was doing. I'm trying to establish some rapport with the fairies.
He is
Understood.
off with the fairies.
Sure. You can go in there with some sprites and fairies. That is very easy to do. You sort of stop in there. If you are you going to present yourself, or are you going to sneak up on them and get because 15 fairies punching you could do it.
Scrakk is a little not. He's trying to sneak into the room.
Yeah.
But once he's there, he's not trying to be stealthy.
All right. So once you get in there, the various animals are like they sort of pause and see that you're sort of the fairies, and they sort of stop their chattering, and they all just sort of stare at you. And they see you're holding fruit, and they just run it. They just grab it, and they're just kind of pulling it back. now they're all just like hovering, like so it's real like zzz, as a
Can I
mosquito
try and
farm.
talk to them? Like,
Sure.
I'll try a couple different languages. I've got I do have Old Elvish. I doubt it would be useful, but I also have Deep Speech and Umbral. I'll try
you
Old
speak.
Elvish,
You just
probably.
straight up speak Umbral. That's the Shadow Elf
yes.
language. Good to
I
know.
spent some time.
Yeah,
learning it,
that's right. Okay, cool. So you can also, So you start speaking. When you say Old Elvish, a couple of them are like half nodding to you, and then
I won't try the Umbral if actually Scrack's not gonna try the Umbral here. That's probably a bad idea.
they're sort of listening and go ahead.
Do they converse back at all? I'm just trying to like start speaking with them or see if I can get any like legible conversation.
They're sort of like nodding as you sort of do that, and then one of the sprites goes, "Or did you just want to speak in normal Elvish, or you only speak the old kind?"
Well, I'll try common. I'll try normal Elvish too, if that's the case.
Okay, yeah. And it seems like not everyone in here gets it, but like especially the sprites seem to like, okay.
Oh, I heard Sylvan earlier, and that's the closest I have.
Yeah. Cool story, Rat. That's a good
Sure,
grade.
guys. Yeah. I mean, I've got more where that came from. Are you... What brings you here? You don't seem to be part of the castle.
Well, no.
Like the moose.
What? No, we're not part of the castle. Like the stones or the. Talk slow. It's a rat. Okay, got it. We are fae.
This is just
We
Scrack's
are
no good, very bad day.
Winged creatures.
Okay,
Like how word has gotten around so quickly.
You
don't need to
are
talk.
a badly injured giant rat.
They don't even think he knows he's injured.
You should be sleeping. They start talking in oh fuck, holy shit. They start talking, you can do something about this, but they start talking in Sylvan to one of the pixies who goes,
Listen,
a spell is being cast.
I might have a bit of a concussion, but
Cool. Okay, so a spell's being cast. You're good with that? Cool. Tight. Scrakk.
Yeah.
I'm rolling 5d8 now. Now it's funny because there are actually maybe like the way they're positioned, they all flutter back as this happens. I will say maybe one pixie just like falls next to you because still has fewer hit points than you. But I rolled 7, 7, 7, 4, and 9, so that's 30 total hit points. So Scrakk, from the level 1 spell sleep.
saving throw.
There's no saving throw.
No.
There's nothing.
Sleep.
You're
I
just
know.
down.
Saving throw
There's
for
no
sleep.
saving throw.
There's no saving throw as long as they roll over
So
your
Scrakk
health.
is asleep on his own. Love it.
Wow.
Is he gonna regain health then? But since
No.
he's
I don't think
resting,
that's how that
It's
works.
not Snorlax.
If
he's
only.
sleeping.
Not by choice.
Yeah, you know, if you
Yeah.
take Ambien, you still get a good night's sleep.
That's questionable.
That's taking it by choice.
Well, somebody puts Ambien into your
Okay.
warm milk, you still get a good night's
And
sleep.
I
I mean,
actually, well,
that's
I'll say this,
questionable at that
Scrakk, and
point.
kind of, this is like not like a decision. Like, you know, typically the spell doesn't last that long, but because you are so damaged,
Well, it's
like,
fine.
if you stay asleep, you will heal some. Probably not all, but you can, like, you know, you can kind of, yeah.
Oh
Okay.
no, listen, there's a good chance you could have knocked me out at full health with that spell, so.
That's genuinely true. If a few of them
I
had
have
done
36 hit points,
Yeah.
you only needed 6 more to knock me
Yeah.
out at full health.
I liked that because they were genuinely trying to be helpful. They were like, you should be sleeping. They're like, sure thing, go ahead, yeah. So Scrakk is,
Unconscious.
so basically you probably stir after a minute, but like, you can just feel these tiny hands like petting your fur, and there's just this feeling of like, all right, this is probably for the best. you feel a little like a druid craft is being cast. Little like flower buds and mushrooms are like blooming under your head to rest it as a pillow. So there you go.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. But the best part is you're not where anyone expects you to be. So if they go back, they're like, well, he must be dead. Meanwhile, at dinner, Dominic kind of finishes his soup. Sets it down and says, thanks for your hospitality and all. Some of these are my employees.
The royalties, your employees?
Oh, no. Or kinda. I don't know. It's complicated. Material plane is different.
Oh, yes, true.
So when are you gonna let us down there so we can siphon all this dark magic to get all the power from that place? When do we get to go down there and do that?
What?
What the hell are you talking about, boss?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Sorry, this place is freaking me out. I feel weird about it. Don't worry about me.
Sadness has gotten to him. Such a shame.
Why did you say siphon? What? Siphon the power? What do you mean?
I was confused. Don't listen to me.
Siphon means a different word in his native language.
That's true. I'm
It's
an
just
orc.
a translation.
The material plane is very different.
Where is this gate thing anyway? Where is this passage?
Boss, why don't you keep eating that soup, huh?
I'm out. I finished it.
Can we get the man some more soup? What's a tune gonna do to get
Come
some
on.
soup in
At
this
this point,
goddamn bowl?
This is why we're
elves are
number one
carrying
attendance.
it. Elves are carrying in a bunch of
Employees.
like hearty or vegetable dishes, and they one sort of sighs as they're like, I guess they just want more soup. But next to you,
soup.
Reginald just goes. He kind of looks at Dom and just goes.
I know, Reginald, sweetheart. I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Reginald looks at you. And then back at Dom.
At me?
At Dom. He kind of
Oh.
glances at you and then Dom's like, shut up. I don't like this thing.
Well, I don't think he likes you, boss. I mean,
Well, at least he doesn't have claws to scratch me with.
Does he this seems off for him.
This
for
is
me.
definitely
For-
more off.
Yeah.
that's what we've been saying.
Yeah. Luminus and
Can
Duchess,
I-
they were just like, something's weird about the place. I suppose you can also do an insight roll.
I got a 21, by the way, so.
I did, but it's, since he gets to roll in response, you're just hoping to. What do you got?
It's cost. Roll it again. That's off the fucking 23.
23. Something is definitely off. The main thing you notice is that, from body language and stuff, Dominic did not accidentally mention the plans about opening a thing. That was an intentional statement. That's the main takeaway.
As though he's trying to thwart us, or
As though he wanted them to know that that's your plans. Yes.
mm-hmm. Well, the dinner has been lovely, but we should probably return to our rooms so that we can rest, and then tomorrow we will be ready to help close or deal with the rift. Yes, Luminus?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm just real quick. Would his detect magic have noticed anything on Dominic?
The question is, because it's only a 10-minute duration.
Did we meet back with them before
You
that?
would have met back with them within the time, but you do have to actively, because you all have magic items here or there, so it's not, you would have had to have actively done it at that time to have noticed. And I think by this point the spell is worn off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to basically, as we're leaving, kind of fall back to the back of the group and try to subtly cast detect magic. Again,
Understood. Dominic is like, what? We're just like, wait, there's more food. Why are we, like, what's the problem?
We need to rest.
Well, can we take the, they seem sort of confused.
There's
Could we
fruit up in the room.
Have some food delivered to our room.
The elves will just bring it up. So you guys leaving the Castellans definitely seem sort of just like hackles, literally raised at all of this. Go ahead.
I whisper to Duchess.
Yeah.
Just, hey, don't call him boss if they think you're a duchess.
They know his name. I just thought they would think his name is boss.
Okay. I don't know. Everything seems too suspicious right now.
Oh, you got a point. Okay, yeah.
So as you guys are sort of moving and whispering, and Dom's like kind of like throwing a fit about this, I mean, like, but Castellan, like, are you guys like physically pushing him out of the room, or just kind of like gesturing for him to come with you? He's trying to like talk to the ox a little bit. Like, listen, Castellan.
We're like pulling him out.
Okay,
yeah.
Leo's kind of like, you guys are like, he's not resisting, but he's sort of going off.
And I guess Duchess will kind of stay behind though and talk to the Castellan like, you must tell me who did the art. Or
I'll see who would know that. I recall back in my steed days that there was art cast here or there. Yes, I remember.
Fascinating.
It was elves. I'll tell you that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Luminus, as your sort of kind of Leo, you sort of were pulling him out, but Luminus is also helping him. So if you are trying to hang back and cast the spell again,
Yes.
You get a distinctive aura of necromancy on him.
Necromancy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not good.
He died in the car and got brought back to life.
So you guys go up. You guys sort of like usher him upstairs. Like, He's like, what's the like? Sorry if I said something I wasn't supposed to, but who cares? Like, we usually just fight it. Why aren't we just fighting everybody?
Boss, what's with your nerves, man? You're usually a lot calmer than this.
It just feels weird here. That's all.
When are we back in the room?
Sure, we can say you guys got up there. He says a few things out there, but you're back in the room. You notice there's no Scrakk, Sha'Nehl. Scrack's not here.
Shocking. Duchess wants to do that thing where she hits him on the back of the head with her gun,
Okay.
and hopefully he goes down.
You
I
want to knock
understand.
him out?
Go ahead and make an animated attack. Go ahead.
You're gonna whip out the mallet.
No, that's Plan B.
Okay.
16
The mallet that says
plus
sedative
7.
on it.
23?
Okay.
I did that right?
You hit him. He, like you're hitting him like unexpectedly. You're sort of slamming, but he's definitely not like a helpless person, so you can't sort of do like a knockout blow in this context.
No, that's fine.
But give me the damage.
The 3 plus 4, 7.
Okay. So he kind of like,
sorry. People normally go down after the first hit. I'm so sorry.
He turns around and goes, "What was that?"
It was supposed to knock you out. I guess I don't normally hit people as strong as you. That's my bad. And she'll go again.
Can I also
Because she does have extra attack.
Can I
And
channel?
if I see that we are beating Dom, I'll just like to join in.
Can I channel one who did and also make a spirit mallet and smack him in the head with it?
Sure. I guess.
I'm just going to grapple Dom to make sure he doesn't try to.
Oh, I would like to
Okay,
just
so
like.
let's just. I think if everyone's
I'm not
moving at
trying
him,
to like
he's
kill him. Hang
I know,
on.
he's
I'm
up.
just trying to...
Go ahead and
Like,
let's
if
roll
everyone's gonna
initiative
start,
for
like,
all of you,
wailing
except
on
for
him.
Scrakk, who's sleeping. So sorry you're sleeping through the party fights, Scrakk. God damn it.
Not high this time.
No, I'm complaining that never mind.
12.
12 for Luminus. Okay.
21.
21.
Okay.
Duchess.
14.
20.
20. Duchess. 14. Leo and Scrakk, you're just Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. All right. So, Sha'Nehl has a 21 in initiative, which is too bad that Dominic rolled a natural 20 here, which I would have much rather used to punch someone else. But this, what I've been rolling for Dom because of evil is this really cool, like oversized, like all black.
Oh shit! I should have.
D20 that came in. This was the last one in the space one. This is like the black hole. I'm real into it.
Yeah, that does look evil.
It's been rolling good tonight. So Dom gets to go first.
I rolled 21. I get to go first.
No, I rolled a nat 20, so he has 23.
Oh.
Yeah, he will. He'll just like start like all right, fine, I know I can take all of you if I have to. Like he's basically you think he's like holding an action, so no, he's not gonna hold an action. He's just like he's kind of getting into like defensive position. You're not sure. He's got those big beefy things. You're sort of not sure what's going on. He just kind of gets like into a fighting stance and just gets ready to like you can tell he's getting low. He's getting real low and his dukes are up and he's ready to punch.
Going to the window and to the walls.
Going to the window to the wall. Sha'Nehl.
He'll switch.
I'd like to use my whip
You get to say it too.
to wrap around his legs and get his balance off, get him off his feet.
Okay. Make a roll.
And I rolled a 13 plus the gazillion, whatever I have for. How much is with my strengths?
It's what's on your sheet.
Oh,
Apparently it's a gazillion.
That's a pretty good
know.
modifier.
Huh?
That's a pretty good modifier.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know how much is it with strengths?
I think it's a plus 12.
Okay, then it's 25.
25.
That's
You
a
hit.
gazillion
Go
for
ahead
me.
and roll your thing. You're not able to you're kind of wrapping him up, but you're more just sort of doing the damage. You're not like pulling him down onto the ground. So do your damage.
Okay, D6, right?
Yes, D6 for you.
Oh, I rolled a 6. Plus
Plus your strength, which is now 9.
9, so 15.
Okay. That's because Dominic, I think, had some damage from a car ride,
Mm-hmm.
Like you all had some damage from like fire bursts of cars and things. Okay, so that's 15. Haha. Okay. Duchess, it is your turn. She's gonna drop a safe on him. I'm not sure she
Good
can
thing I
drop.
was too absent-minded to record that damage.
Maybe the case.
Yeah, no, Duchess is gonna use stand on this X for me.
All right.
So I'm gonna paint the X on the ground. I'm gonna put him on it. But I'm not going to release like a train or anything. I'm going to like open up a cage door and I want a stampede of brickborn that look like the one that the idiot one that used to work for him.
Oh, zip gun.
Zip
Zip gun, yeah.
Zip gun.
Oh
Just
no.
an army of zip guns trample him.
All right. So he's getting like he's very off balance by Sha'Nehl's attack and very like hurt by it. It's like his like shins. He's sort of staggering like what the? And then you open that up. So that's a dex save for him, I think.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well.
I'm not trying to kill him.
I mean, okay.
Stampedes can knock people unconscious, right?
It's noble. It's a noble thing to do.
Well, if it hits, he's
Mufasa
not
would
prone,
like to claim
so.
otherwise.
Okay.
Along with the die.
The answer is a 2 on the die is not going to get him out of this. So roll your damage for that.
Oh, I need to pull out more dice. Hold on.
Yeah, you do need to pull out more dice because stand on this X for me is it's a lot of damage to a single
4,
target. Is what
5,
it is.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
It's rough.
And good lord.
It's basically like it's single target, so you do more and you just smack someone with it real hard. And
Okay.
if you want to get this stuff, just get the Noir Confidential book, available now on itch.io.
20, 25. 25.
Itchy.
25.
And he's knocked prone.
And he's knocked prone. All right. All right, Leo.
And
you
when
are
she opened the gate, she would say sorry.
okay. Leo, you are up.
I'm going to channel one who fought and make 2 very large mallet attacks.
Oh, sorry.
on
I
him.
actually missed 2 die. Plus a 6 and a 5. Plus 11.
Plus 11.
Yeah, I
All
missed.
right.
I only gave you 8 die.
Okay, Leo, go ahead.
What-
I don't. Oh, but. No, it won't. He won't get anything. He won't do the regen until at the beginning of his turn. Okay. Go ahead and okay. Tell you what. Go ahead and make your first attack, Leo. I don't know his exact numbers for this because I don't know. But we're gonna go like this. Leo, make your first attack.
Okay. A nat 20.
Okay.
Or
Don't
nice.
roll. It's not necessary. Unless you just want to
We
for
killed him.
posterity.
Did we kill him?
But you do
perfectly-
get-
this is non-lethal. Like
You've all said
purposefully
non-lethal. It's fine.
This is a D8.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever weapon I conjure, I guess. So it would be a 2-handed weapon. So it would be a D12.
Okay. Okay.
So that's a 3 plus 4. So 7 plus 12.
7 as well. Okay, so he's down, but for that orcish resilience.
So second attack.
Second attack. I think that's only a half orc thing, but whatever. I'm giving it to him. I don't care. He's got 1 hit point. So if you hit
Okay.
him here, you do. So roll your attack. Maybe you'll miss.
19.
Okay, you hit him. So he is now knocked out. But the look on his face is like he's also those were both at an advantage because he's on the ground. Not necessary, but those are advantage. So you just whack him and he's like you hit him out and then he's like surging back up like and then and he's out down for the count.
I'm okay. Boom.
Okay.
Tie him to a chair.
Okay. Luminus, before you can... Luminus is just standing there like, okay, I'll grapple him. Whoa, okay, guys.
He's on the ground.
I'm gonna try and cast Dispel Magic on him.
Okay.
Oh, good, you have.
Well, I
There's
think
something magical wrong with him? I thought...
that's a cool thing that you can do in our next session. Because this is
There
where
we
we're
go.
going to end it. With Scrakk, unconscious, in the next room, sleeping.
Oh, he's in the next room. I thought
He's not in this room. He's in the other thing where there's...
No. I thought he was somewhere farther away.
Yeah, he's in the sprite infestation across the hall, and with Dominic at 0 hit points and unconscious, tied up. Leo
Dominic.
preparing stuff.
Supposedly Dominic.
That is where we'll end today's session. Fun stuff, guys. As
Oh, you
always,
can text Ka stuff he needs to know.
poor Ka. Ka doesn't need to know anything. Ka has learned
we,
everything he needs to know.
Welcome back. We killed your character.
You
I think we killed your
I
KO'd
hit him
his
with a
character.
hammer.
we
Knocked him
actually
out.
directly killed your character.
And
not put
honestly,
him in a
he's the
dangerous
person
situation.
that if this happens to, it's the least problem because he'll just get back up to half his hit point maximum just like by sitting around. If
Yeah.
this is him.
Yeah.
My
If
text
it
when he
is,
gets back is
yes.
gonna be, "God, Jeremy tried so hard to kill you."
That is true. That is pretty fair. Well,
I
guys,
did. It's true.
thank you so much. This was a super fun game. I'd like to apologize to everyone out there that we didn't think up step farmer porn sooner.
I knew you were gonna bring it up.
I'm so sorry that it took us this long to get to that utterly hot genre. Step
Yeah,
farmer
fun.
talking cow. I can see the banner ads now.
There's
Banned in most countries. So,
Especially India.
I do not endorse this decision.
yeah, well, that's fair. But thank you so much.
We
This
gotta
was
get
super
color
fun.
back, guys. You don't want it bad
I am
enough.
very excited to see what happens next time with you guys and what Dom's reaction will be. I think that we'll be back in 2 weeks with this game. Which it is really helpful to my life to do this every 2 weeks, but it is sad that it's only 2 weeks, and I know everyone like forgets a lot of what's going on, but it is useful on my end for sure. We will you can next, if you like this channel, follow us, subscribe if you're able here on Twitch. We have Blood from a Stone on Friday, which they're going to go off campus, which is a great idea. They should totally do it. We have on Sunday, we're back with Here Be Dragons, where they're doing a Murder Mystery 2, Mystery Movie 2. And then on Monday, we're back with Lost Lore Academia. We are currently in the midst of a fun book fair for Lost Lore Academia, where they're trying to build matching satellites shaped like Eldo, a character from a character that Frankie's obsessed with. It's
Sounds
weird.
like something else.
So that's going to be good stuff. So yeah, please join us for those. Thank you all for playing. It is always so fun to have you here. Thank you for killing your absent party member. That was wonderful. Just take him out, take him down, do your... remember when Duchess had him run over by a stampede of... that was pretty funny. Well, great. And you know what? He deserved it for punching Scrakk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but Scrakk deserved that, so that's really
Yeah.
circular.
Something... I'm doing some there's some fun stuff going on right now. I'm happy with how everything just worked out. Let me phrase
You
it like
shouldn't
that.
tell Caw, like, you should just start the game, and then he's like, "Well, you're tied to a chair." Like,
If that's him.
If that's him, yeah.
yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. Until next time, good night and good Noir.